It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Green Bay. It's the Buccaneers and the Packers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
The playoffs are back at Lambeau, and the temps, well, they're where you would expect them in the frigid range. Just how the Cheeseheads like it here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Garden. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
With a chance to head to Arizona in 2 weeks' time for Super Bowl 57, we are underway now in the NFC Championship. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. First try on offense for the Bucs and their veteran quarterback, Tom Brady.
And we can talk all we want about football being a team game and leaning on different parts and aspects in order to get it done. And that's entirely true during the regular season. Some weeks it's the defense, the special teams, running the football. But in the playoffs, all the pressure reverts to the quarterback, and he has to play well and play at a really high level in order for his team to win.
Now a play fake, Brady. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Preston Smith from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. If they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
So much for coming out throwing as it leads to an early second down and long. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. To throw, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. And certainly, look, you're on the road in the playoffs. That is a suboptimal start, opening drive INT.
And, partner, sometimes I wonder, do these teams talk about it to such an extent that maybe you almost talk yourself into the turnover when you're trying to avoid it?
Yeah, maybe they get a little too worried about keeping the football, and then you give it to the other team right off the bat. And look, we said it, on the road, this is just a terrible, terrible start for them.
It is, and now they've got to rely on their defense.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On 2nd and 7. Rodgers. Quick slant to Watson. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers have struck first in this NFC title game. Things could just not have started any better for them. They get the turnover, the football right away, able to capitalize on offense for 6.
And we're talking about setting a tone in any game, right? The first points of the ball game, how about during the playoffs? Vitally important, and they've done that in this one.
Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, and lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down. Now Brady. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds.
So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose, but you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
From midfield, here's Rodgers. Right side to Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 13 yards, first down Packers.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Finds his receiver, Watson. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, his completion percentage continues to rise with that one, but sometimes you want your completion percentage to go down. Maybe you should have thought about throwing that one away.
I was just going to say, it is easier said than done, but that's where you maybe bury it at his feet, make sure he doesn't catch it.
Great call right there. Put it near the receiver, no grounding, nothing like that, but no one gets a chance to pick it off either.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Rodgers. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
Now Jones. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And the Buccaneers have it.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that's scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
Following the fumble recovery, Brady. He completes this to Russell Gage. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's Brady. Completes it again to Gage. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's another 1st down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. These two teams all tied after one. second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Brady. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. From midfield, here's Brady. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
They fake the handoff. Now Brady. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. There's Evans again. Complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To throw is Brady. This is caught. Touchdown. Cameron Brate from 13 yards out. And the Buccaneers go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Suck up for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Again, it's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Rodgers. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. 2 minutes remain in the first half of this NFC Championship. To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers caught by Cobb. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Watkins. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From the 38, Rodgers. And one more time, that's Watkins. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And again, it's Rodgers. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. 2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defensive back in the game now here for 3rd and 4. Rodgers going to throw. And this is incomplete. Oh, that looked like a sure 6 points, but he could not get that to stick, and that is a golden opportunity wasted there. The kick by Parkey is good, and they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And Brady, the tight end's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And brought in by Brady. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Brady. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the Battle of the Sea. He will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, time to look ahead to the AFC Championship coming up later today. And it should be a great one as well, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins squaring off against the Cincinnati Bengals. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay for the Seahawks. And they had success all season throwing the football. No reason for that to change in the playoffs, as they've continued to move the ball well through the air. Meanwhile, for the Packers, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half. Our 2 squads making their final adjustments prior to the second half kick. Which team will be the one standing as NFC champions at the end? To find out, let's get you back to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5. And inside give to Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Official foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So a roughing the passer penalty, never one that you like to see.
Not at all, and especially when you're in that final push of the season. You can't afford to get your quarterback hurt before the playoffs roll around, and we know they'll be here before you know it.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Wide open is Watkins. He's got it. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very nice job right there, working the middle of the field, able to create some separation and then utilize it to not just make the catch, but turn upfield once he got the ball in his hands.
Up the middle, Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. So the first drive ended in 3. This time they take it down and punch it in the end zone.
So that first drive felt like they were just gathering knowledge, didn't it? Just enough to kick the field goal on the first one. And the second time they put it all together and got it all the way to the end zone.
Parkey adds the extra point, and it's now 17-14. The score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. And Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, 1-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. And he's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Well, this has been all that we'd hoped for. 2 of the game's all-time great QBs slugging it out in a 1-score game here in the second half. 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Out route, and the ball is caught by Godwin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Brady going to throw. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. The second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bucs have retaken a 3rd-quarter lead. So a very strong first drive in the second half, Charles, as they turned that halftime deficit into a 3rd-quarter lead.
And they were pretty purposeful there, weren't they? Measured in their approach. But boy, they executed awfully well moving the ball down the field.
Extra point try now for Succop. It's up and good to make it 21-17. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And it's Chris Godwin who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Now it's Ryan Succop on after the touchdown to kick it away.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the third quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go again to Jones. And he's got some space here. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. It's the Packers who have the football, but in need of points as we begin quarter number 4.
Here's 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
96 yards rushing for him now, as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. The give is to Jones, and he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Shaquille Barrett buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
Third and goal here, a big play brewing in this NFC title game.
They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Randall Cobb from 17 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead here now in the fourth quarter of this championship game. Parkey with the extra point, and that gives him a 3-point lead. That time, a 9-play drive, and it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. Now, after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away.
And no return here for White. It'll be a touchback.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Right now, Charles, this is the drive of the season. You're on the road here in the playoffs. It's put up or shut up. They need points.
This is where you have to come together as a team, as you just noted, on the road. So that means they've carried that mentality with them throughout. Hey, we've got to go out there, we've got to rely on ourselves, right? Focus, yet still find the fun in it. How great is this, guys? Look at the spot we're in right now. And then go to your top players, call the plays that they run best.
Yeah, sort of controlling their own destiny, but this place has been loud. Not going to be easy.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one goes for 24 yards. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Now Brady. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
That throw by Brady, incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away, but the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady. And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Tom Brady flashing the mobility, scrambling there for a first down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Here's Brady to throw. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead.
And touchdown, and congratulations, and zero relaxation ahead of them, right? Way too much time on the clock for them to start celebrating.
Part 1 is done, but now on the sideline, you can already see them scrambling down there. They're getting those defensive guys ready.
Yes, you have to get those guys ready, and you also have to talk to your special teams guys. Make sure the kickoff is exactly what you want and cover it well.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Back to throw, Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Out don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away.
This is taken just shy of the 10 and taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. So now Rodgers in the pack. Down 27-24. A minute 53 remaining. A field goal sends this championship game to overtime as they've got a 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Rodgers to throw. Pass complete, Tunyon. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
The clock rolls as the Packers look to hurry things up. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. To throw is Rodgers. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it here with 1:07 remaining. So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. Again, it's Fournette. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Inside handoff down to Fournette. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards is the pickup there, and that should just about put a bow on this one.
And that's a tired defense out on the field right now. They desperately need a stop to get the ball back to their offense, but they're having trouble getting that done. Another gut-wrenching run right there.
Fournette, a first down carry. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.